Hey there, viewer! I'm back playing some more I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. Today we're going to get through the second half of Year 13, and we're officially entering puberty, which means we need to deal with this hormone debuff. We have all the rebellion increases tripled. I'm not quite sure what sort of an effect our level of rebellion has to the outcomes in this game, but I suppose we cannot really suppress being a hormonal teenager. We just have to see. Okay, did anything change here? Anyone who has something for us? No, doesn't look like it. I've been thinking. We received this blast cutter last time, since we joined the expeditions. But we do have all these locked gear slots, and for that we're going to need organizing perks. I would like to get at least the first one, which would mean getting organizing up to 33. That's quite a ways away, and I think I can only do that in here. Let's see. Deliver supplies plus 2 organizing. Was there anything in the school that could also give us some? No, not particularly, so let's do a little bit of depot work, I think. This also gives us perception, which we have already almost maxed out. That's gonna be interesting. You show up to the delivery depot bright and early, as most of the colony is still yawning and pawing around for their morning cup of black tea. I would much rather get coffee, but okay. Seek is there with a large stack of thin white rectangles. Is that paper? Oh, right, we lived on a spaceship. And we have a holocomputer embedded into our hands. Of course, we never had any reason to see real paper. Interesting. Yeah, we have hollow palms. Why use paper at all? You thought paper was extinct, or obsolete, or whatever. The only time you've ever really used paper was in the crash during craft time. Seek pushes the bridge of their glasses up. Actually, they tell you, we'll be using a lot more paper now that we have access to such rich sources of cellulose fibers. Trees, that is. Governor Udicott is quite sentimental for the feel of ink on paper. I myself have traded in my holopalm stylus for a pen. You are to deliver a stack of these reports to every council member in the colony. Seek asks you not to read them, but says it's just boring adult stuff you wouldn't understand anyway. You clutch the papers to your chest and nod. First stop is engineering. Okay. Paper? Dr. Instance is exasperated. The governor's sending messages by paper now? Is this a joke? Tell me this is a joke. You shuffle your feet nervously. Seek seemed serious to you. She skims the first page, muttering to herself. And there's sensitive information in here. Of all the superfluous, technophobic, sentimental foolishness. You back quietly away. Next stop, the cafeteria. Yeah, all these adults already know the pains of dealing with paper-based bureaucracy. Some of them probably got on this ship to leave all that behind. And now it came back with us. That's sad. Antecedent takes the notices carefully with both hands. Paper, what a strange idea. And oh, look, Governor Judicott has even signed it. What marvelous handwriting she has. I wonder what I'm supposed to do with this once I'm finished reading it, she thinks out loud. Throw it in a disassembler? It seems far too precious for that. Will I need to get a filing cabinet in here, I wonder? I suppose I can recycle it for craft time. I don't know about that. If there is sensitive information, you might not want to give it to the kids. Unless it's the really young kids who can't read anyway. Yeah, that probably works. Next up is the expedition's office. Hey Sol, Utopia greets you outside, holding a heavy crate filled with something alive, struggling to get out. Oh, new animal, can we see? Just leave the notices on that bench there, okay? I'll bring them inside in a minute. Paper memos, eh? She chuckles. Is Judicott really that old? What's next? Toilet paper? Gosh, I hope not. That would mean we need to make those out of the mush trees too. Who the hell knows what kind of effect they have? The moment you put the documents down, a gust of wind picks them back up and they fly everywhere. You snatch for them, but accidentally drop the rest of the stack you're holding. Okay, we can either try to pick them all up, or just give up. I think I'm just going to give up on this. Wow, they weren't kidding. We really do get a lot of rebellion here. But we lost some stress, so... Okay. You fail to deliver the rest of the notices, and subtly make it known how you feel about the pointlessness of delivering messages in person that could have been sent digitally in seconds. You do this by leaving the stack scattered in puddles of mud. You run off to play instead. There we go. +4 organizing. Oh. Oh, right, because our pet increases the stats we gain. Okay, this might not even be too hard of a thing to achieve then. That's nice. Okay, and it is dust season. Normally, I would be going outside this time. But I have a feeling that I've been doing that a lot lately. Maybe for the rest of this year, we should just stay inside. Do a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. Biology or toughness? I'm still kinda waiting for the chance to upgrade our pet. Because we didn't get it last time we were relaxing in the park. And I know that it is there. We're pretty close to the second milestone in toughness. And with animals, so... This gives biology. Oh, we're very close to that. Okay. Farm work it is then. The other agriculturists don't treat you any differently for being Flulu's and Geranium's son. You do exactly the same tedious, backbreaking, and sometimes miraculous work as everyone else. It's a blessing and a curse. Oh, look at that. We just managed to reach the point. It's Vertumnalia. Time for speeches, games, and feasting. You stare hungrily at the feast table. Sure, it's mostly soy rations, but it's still more food than you usually see all at one time. This year, though, there's something new. Great big terrines of glowing beans. Weird. You try to sneak some food before the speeches start, but Chief Engineer Instance catches you and smacks your hand away. Your mom gets really mad at her, and it causes a huge yelling match. Your dad directs you away from the table, as Instance blames your mom for the way things are right now, whatever that means. Your dad passes you a soy sweet to keep your tummy busy during the speeches. He's the best. Governor Judicot takes the stage and manages to calm everyone down. Welcome everyone to our 4th Vertumnalia celebration, she says, speaking through a maxiphonor. Her voice has been getting weaker lately and can't reach across the square the way it used to. I'm proud as always to stand before you as your governor and to celebrate another year of peace and prosperity on this beautiful planet. Judicot steps aside, wobbling a little as she walks, leaving Seek to complete the annual formalities. Yeah, I don't know how old she is, but she is getting old. 84. Yeah, she's old. Your mom steps forward. This year's feast includes a new glow-in-the-dark food. Pixie beans are our first domesticated Vertumnan crop. I don't know about that. Just because you managed to grow it doesn't mean it's domesticated. But I don't really know. The crowd applauds and your mom raises her hands. Credit goes to Geranium. He insisted we dedicate a third of our fields to them. So you'll also have him to thank for the light show in your toilets tonight. A smattering of laughter ripples through the crowd. Your dad chuckles nervously. Your mom's smile fades. As you know, we lost our hydroponics and microbial soil during the wormhole accident, she says. Hold on. I didn't know that. These pixie beans will make up for losses we faced with our earth crops. I think as their son, I probably should have been told that at some point. That's interesting. Judicot's weedy voice rattles through the maxiphonor. Thank you everyone. Let's get on with the games. The crowd packs away the chairs as the children gather in the square. Which competition do you participate in this year? Well, in our first year, I think we won the botathlon. We didn't win in the second year, and on the third year, we won the talent show. So maybe mix things up a little bit, and this time we're just gonna watch. You take a look at the science experiments. Oh, that's it. I was expecting something more. Maybe a chance to hang out with all our friends. Okay then. Native botany. Unlock xenobotany research in geoponics. Okay, so that's a new thing we can do now. Let's see. Hey kiddo, your dad says, looking up from his work desk where he's dissecting a huge bell-shaped flower. Can you hand me the separator? I've really got my hands in things here. You hand him the tool, which he uses to wedge open some sort of weird, stoma-like opening inside the bell. Gooey purple nectar oozes out and pools on the desk. Whoa, he exclaims. I thought I'd drain this little beauty. Can you get a towel, I guess? You help him mop up the flower juice. Yuck, It's sticky and smells like rotting vegetables. When you're done, he looks at you with pride. You know, I've been thinking of getting one of you kids to come help me out with researching the native plants, he says. You think you might be able to break off some time to help your old man in the lab? I know you've been studying biology, he adds. It's not as glamorous as gene tech research, for instance, but it is important. He grins. Let me talk to your mom about it tonight before you go telling her. She's not a fan of alien plants, you know. If it were up to her, we'd fill these greenhouses with earth plants and nothing else. But there's gonna be more on this planet that we can cultivate. If you find any cool plants while you're exploring, bring them here and we can take a look at them. And we unlocked xenobotany. That's nice. Maybe that is something we can do. With our lives here on Vertomna. I know I have been gearing myself. Going all out on physicals. So we can go explore. Maybe we can turn it into botany. We search for new plants. Bring them back. Okay, xenobotany gives us biology and organizing. Oh hey, this is one more place where we can go for organizing, not just the depot. That's pretty nice. All right. Would be nice to get toughness next. Let's grab all the skill milestones we can get early. Let's shovel dirt a little bit. It's hot today. You've been moving wheelbarrows of dirt from one greenhouse to another. Inside the greenhouses, it's nice and cool with mist spraying down from the ceiling at regular intervals. Outside, the twin blazing balls of fire in the sky are unrelenting. The greenhouses are so far apart, one at the top of a steep hill. The track you've been walking between them hazes in the heat. We can take a break. This looks like a pretty nice card. Unchangeable, so I guess it will always be a 4, no matter what. We can probably use that. Or we can push through it. -1 to physical challenges. I don't know, Chief. I think I'd rather take a break. If it comes up to these two. You decide to hide out in a greenhouse for an hour until the heat of midday passes. You bump into your parents doing the same thing. Smart kid, your mom says, handing you a canteen. Your dad has set up a reclining plastic chair right under one of the misters and invites you to lie there under the spray. It's so nice. Your parents know how to take care of themselves. Okay, there we go. Now 2 more toughness and we're there. So let's do it again. Let's do some farm work this time. It's actually a little bit less stress even. You love walking back to your quarters through the pixie bean fields at night. The little fruits grow softly in 100 different colors. You giggle and twirl around with your arms stretched out, blurring the colors into a rainbow as you whirl until you're dizzy. That sounds like fun. Alright, new perk achieved. Update basic cards in the garrison gym. Huh. I wonder how you're going to do that. Because technically all of these cards are memories. I don't really know how you would go about upgrading a memory. But okay. What's up, Cal? You spot Cal heading towards the barns at the far end of the farms. Hiya, Soul, he waves. Hey, what's up? Just heading over to the barn, Cal says. I finished before everyone else today, so I told everyone I'm gonna clean it. No one wants to get roped into helping, so it'll just be me and Socks. You should come with. Absolutely. Let's go see the little guy. So cute. Although I do wonder, I do have my pet just following me everywhere. At this point, Cal should probably be able to openly carry Socks around. But that's just me. Cal whistles as you enter the barn, and the chest where Socks sleeps starts to rattle. He laughs and pops the lid, hefting Socks up into his arms. Hey girl, he coos. Time to get some forbidden daytime zoomies out. You and Cal play with Socks for a little while, chasing her around the barn. She chitters and stomps her stubby little legs, clearly enjoying the attention. I have a little while before I have to get back to work, Cal says. What should we do? Let's teach Socks a new trick. Oh yeah, Cal agrees. I've been working on getting her to follow directions lately. That's a great idea. You spend about a half hour teaching Socks how to shake a paw. There are a lot of paws to choose from, and she seems to delight in giving you a different one each time. You can't help but think that working with her like this might come in handy in the future. Well, yeah, once she's massive and starts eating mountains. It might come in handy. That it's familiar with you. Okay, I think perception is going to max out the next time we go outside. So for now, how about continuing with organizing and get some more biology in the process. Your dad introduces you to the little lab they have set up in one of the greenhouses. It's incredible, he says, gesturing all around him. We're surrounded by alien flora, and we know practically nothing about it. What's edible? What's medicine? What can we make fibers with, or build with, or use in ways we haven't thought of yet? He beams at you. You and me, we're gonna find out, my little potato. Oh yeah, your dad directs you to a research bench, and here's where you'll be working. The bench is buried under samples and beakers and weird-looking alien sprouts. More than just a simple table, the analysis bench is covered with buttons and little holes you could put things into. Okay, so where's the on switch? There is no on switch. Yep, you looked everywhere. Let's try sticking something in the hole. You put one of the seedlings into a small slot on the table. A little door slides shut, then reopens. A loud brrr noise startles you. "Oh no, you broke it," your dad laughs. "Nah, just kidding. You're fine. Good instincts, kiddo." "Thanks, Dad." I'm not gonna press buttons at random. So let's just look around. "Go ahead and mess around," your dad encourages you. "You won't break anything." "Well, okay, in that case." Buttons away. You mash all the table's buttons until... Yo, 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 kiddo! It's congruence. The friendly ship's computer beams at you from her own holoscreen set into the bench. Of course she's here. She's the guardian of all knowledge in the colony after all. You wonder who she got yo 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 from. Honestly have no idea. Probably one of the younger engineers. Your dad laughs. "Don't tell anyone, but congruence is the real brains of the operation," he confesses, though it's not like it's a secret. "She'll make sure we don't do anything super dangerous, which means you and I get to focus on experimentation. If you follow the rules and stick to what you already know, you won't learn anything new. So don't be afraid to try stuff." You bring your mushwood samples into the lab. You're going to study these and revolutionize the use of mushroom lumber. Maybe. Okay. So we're going to use some of our 18 mushwood logs. Yeah, I can probably spare one. Now study this mushwood. Yep, lost a mushwood. You examine the mushwood under a microscope and take notes on its cellular structure. Part of the reason it needs to be harvested in wet is because the cells get so saturated that they lose structural integrity and turn to, well, mush during glow. Huh, interesting. I really thought it was just short for mushroom wood. Studying the exact process by which the cells take in water leads to a breakthrough. It might be possible to hack the process and stop the mushroom trees from taking on too much water during wet. If they don't take on as much water, they won't take as long to dry. Well, yeah, obviously. Oh, we gained +1 colony defense. That's a stat you don't see anywhere around here. Interesting. You should be able to develop a spray that the loggers can apply to the fruiting body of the mushwood, the part that sticks out above ground to close its pores. Reducing negative pressure in the body should stop it from pulling so much water from the mycelial network underground. This is great. Logging will be much more efficient now. Good for us, I guess. Well, okay. We're only getting to organizing from here, because that is not the main focus. So I guess we do have to go to the depot. We want to speedrun this thing. But for now I'm thinking we're gonna go back to school a little bit and spend the last of wet season relaxing a little, because glow is coming up and I don't know how stressful it's gonna be. So let's continue with life sciences. You see a notice on the engineering holoweb. Chief Engineer Instance needs someone to help with after-school tutoring. Literally anyone who isn't a complete idiot will do, because she's desperate. Please apply. And we don't have the reasoning for that. Less than half of it, in fact. So I guess we are a bit of an idiot. You can't very well teach others until you learn the material yourself. Well, you would be surprised. There are things that you can learn better at the same time with others. That's kind of the whole point of partnering up in a lab, I think. Bunch of biology. Oh, wow, we started at less than the third way mark, and we're already halfway up. We're getting really productive with our mental stuff as well. That's nice. So for now, and I do wonder, did the pet not upgrade because we have it equipped? What if I were to unequip it? See if it makes a difference? +1 bond with the pet. Your mom is here pulling weeds and taking soil readings to make sure the conditions are right for the flowers. She works on this garden like it's her own child, probably even more so because the garden can spend all day in the crash. Well, I would say that's a little rude, considering that I am her own child, but... Okay. You haven't given up training Vricky to follow simple commands. They clearly have the ability to understand that you're trying to communicate with them. There's just a huge language barrier. Well, duh. Cal gives you the idea to try clicker training, getting them to associate verbal commands with actions and rewards, using a clicking noise as positive reinforcement. You may as well give it a shot. Well, it also might work extra well, considering that it's a weird tentacle, spider, mushroom thing. It probably already makes clicking noises. We will see. Okay, this works. Oh wow, look at that. Success! You use the clicking as a shared language, and Vricky quickly begins to respond to your commands. By the end of the afternoon, you're getting pretty reliable results from both stay and follow. Inarguably, the two most important commands for a pet. This is great. Vricky must be more intelligent than people give them credit for. Maybe Vricky will be the species that evolves to be codependent with humans, like dogs evolved from wolves. Well, I highly doubt that. We never even got mentioned what they eat. Can't really be codependent with humans if they photosynthesize or something. It's been a long month of getting cooped up indoors while it poured rain, and everything got too muddy and gross to play outside. Well, I thought we were kids. Kids usually love the mud. Oh, right. I guess we're not exactly kids anymore. You and the other teens are in the lounge again, and everyone's getting a little antsy. Tangent and Cal are bickering about something, and this must be bored enough that he's letting Mars paint his fingernails. Anemone is trying to do a dance she learned from watching Holovids, and she's failing miserably. The sound of her music fills the room. You don't seem to be as affected by cabin fever as everyone else, but it's still funny to watch your friends acting silly. Well, considering that they're also probably dealing with these hormones, I would say it's remarkably quiet and peaceful in here. And I might have spoken too soon. Anemone dances a little too close to Mars's collection of nail polish, bumping into the table and sending them all and herself clattering to the floor. Hey, watch it, he snaps. Dance your stupid dance somewhere else. Uh-oh, this must be really bad. If this chooses to speak up. It's not stupid, Anemone sniffles from the floor. You don't have to be so mean to me. Oh, the poor little gremlin. Boo-hoo, Mars teases. What are you going to do? Dance about it? Ugh, you're all so childish. Who even cares? Hey, everyone just shut up, Cal exclaims from across the room. Honestly, you all fight all the time. You stay inside where it's nice and dry, and you don't appreciate how hard everyone else is working. It's just whine, whine, whine. Uh-oh. Everyone's gonna get brutally honest. That's not gonna end well for friendships. You're not better just because you work outside, Tang joins in. Oh, come on, Tang, even you. You're not special, Cal. If I wanted to, I could work outside. Yeah, no. You can't. But okay. She opens her hollow palm and flies her fingers over the screen. There, see? Next month, I'll be working in geoponics. How do you like that? Then you can nag me about my soft hands all you want. Tang? Next month is literally glow. I don't think you're gonna be able to work. Udicott pokes her head in from the command corridor. Children, keep it down. We can hear you all the way from the bridge. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Everyone goes quiet for about a second, and then explodes into arguing again. Udicott throws her hands in the air and retreats down the hallway in defeat. Yep. Too bad, Governor. We are teenagers. We're not gonna be contained anymore. That said, I don't really want to contribute all that much to this general chaos, but I am getting a little fed up, so everyone just shut up. Oh, and it was actually not the rebellious option. Interesting. Everyone ignores you and keeps squabbling. Mars chases Cal, and everyone else chases her, and somehow you all end up in the classroom. Suddenly, Mars shouts, "Okay, everyone," she claps her hands. 1, 2, 3, look at me. Everyone, shut up. Everyone stops arguing and looks at Mars in shock. Huh. I guess she is a natural leader. Good for us. I have an idea, she says. We should decorate the classroom. No one seems excited by this prospect until she adds, with toilet paper. Come on, it'll be pretty. Wait, we actually do have toilet paper. I thought it was a joke. Now everyone's on board. What's gotten into them? Well, we're not gonna get left out of this. You join the others in throwing rolls of toilet paper over anything you can reach, decorating the classroom with roll after roll of white gauzy garland. By the time you're finished, it drapes off every desk and science experiment. Mars looks at your work with satisfaction. Much better, she says. Chief Engineer Instance finally arrives to see what all the noise is, and throws her hands up in dismay. The kids scatter before she can make anyone clean up. Well, at least it was only toilet paper. So no real damage done. The next day, you hear from your friends that everyone feels terrible. Like their arms and legs are made of lead, and it takes so much energy to do anything. All their energy from yesterday has been drained out of them, and then some. It lasts for a week. Some of them can't even get out of bed. And when they do, their moods are all over the place. Aggressive, sulky, impulsive. Until their batteries run out and they sleep for over 12 hours straight. You know, I'm beginning to think that it's a little bit more Simple teenage hormones at work here. It's probably the beans, isn't it? You're resting in the lounge with your friends, watching Holovids and grazing on roasted pixie beans, when your dad and chief engineer Instance come storming through the door. "You," Instance snaps, smacking the bowl of pixie beans out of Mars's hands. "Stop eating those this instant." Well, apparently, the problem was with the beans. Mars looks like she's about to smack some sense into Instance, but your dad steps in. "I'm sorry, everyone. We were wrong about the pixie beans. They're not safe for you kids to be eating." "Oh. I'm guessing they naturally contain some hormones or hormone-like substances, and only the adults can handle it. That's interesting." "You've been feeding us poison," Mars shrieks. "Oh, you. Do my dads know you tried to kill me?" "Oh, so she has two dads." "I don't think I know that." Your dad spreads his hands. No, they're not. Don't worry, Mars, calm down, they're not poison. There's just a chemical in them that hyperbonds to estrogen and testosterone, your big teenage growing hormones, and the brain likes binding to that new macromolecule a lot more than the regular count. It's been making your moods unpredictable and causing periods of hypo and hypermania." "Oh, I see, that explains it." When Mars just stares blankly at him, he laughs awkwardly. "Translation," he says, "it's been making you kids act silly and feel sick. I'm sorry." "That's okay, Dad." Instance frowns. If it's doing this to kids, it's not long until it builds up enough to affect the rest of us too. Until further notice, no one is to eat a single pixie bean. Well, the downside of that is that Geoponics already has a third of its place dedicated to it, so what the fuck are we going to eat until then? -1 colony food. Yeah, cause we just had to shut down the whole place. And our hormones are gone. I hope that only means that we're getting back to normal levels. And it's not gonna stunt us completely. We'll see. Your dad looks distraught. "Flulu was right," he says, collapsing in a nearby chair and rubbing his eyes. "She didn't trust these things. But shit, she's still going to be pissed that we don't have another successful food source." Yeah, something. Eggs in a basket, something. You look at him in shock. You hardly ever see him swear. It must be worse than you think. Your dad sits there in silence for a long time. Well, that's quite a thing to happen. And just before glow season. Let's see what sort of new horrors we're going to meet this time around. Then we're gonna call it a day. Now, anything special I should do? I think maybe getting just a tiny bit of combat would do us good. And while we're at it, equip our new and improved pet. +3 bonus to straight. Or maybe, you know what, I think I'm gonna equip the blast cutter. +10 combat. 24. If there's gonna be a check for like 25 or something, I'm gonna be a little angry. But we will see. Getting a little defense training. Attendance and self-defense class is always a little higher during glow. It's almost as if the imminent threat of attack makes people worried for their lives. Okay, glad I'm not the only one then. Another year, another glow. Everyone's pretty sure there's going to be an attack this year, so the colony is on high alert. Not yet. There has been an attack every single glow season. You're collecting glowflies in the geoponics gardens with Kel and Anemone, but the sirens begin to wail. You all stop what you're doing and look at each other nervously. Your parents run off to help defend the farms, telling you to get inside the greenhouses and stay quiet. Anemone declares she's going to the walls to watch the soldiers fight. She knows a good spot. Well, we're going to continue going out and being brave. You scramble down from the walls and are immediately faced with a seething wall of hop eyes. You kind of thought there were only a handful of these usually peaceful creatures in previous years, but there's a swarm of them now. Yeah, they probably live in burrows underground. You just never see a whole lot of them at any one place. And it's not just hop eyes. Once your eyes adjust to the chaos, you can see large creatures that look like walking bushes. We have met those. Those are like the tortoise-looking ones. These wild centipede-looking things with long spider legs. Is that like the thing that Socks is going to turn into? Or was it something else entirely? And at least one giant, many-eyed thing that's hovering clear of the ground, defying gravity. They all seem to be incited into a frenzy, attacking everything in sight and trying to get through the walls. It's dark and chaotic. Com sees you through the fray. Saul, he shouts, get to safety. You're suddenly not sure this is a good idea. But then you look up and see Anemone shouting encouragement from up on the wall. And we would need combat 30. Yikes. Just too short. If I have known, I would have taken another day with combat training. And then we could have cleared it. Well, nothing else to do. Let's stay and fight. We do have a blast gun. If it makes any difference here. Making up with guts for what you lack in sense or skill. Ouch. You charge in without a plan or real weapon. Oh, and we're injured. Heh, and we're also heroic. These two cancel each other out. Oh, an injured doesn't seem to have a time limit. It will go away by relaxing, okay. That's interesting. You're immediately rammed in the side by what looks like a living pile of rocks, and you go down. You see sky, then dirt, then sky again as you're tossed through the air, before you land in a heap at the base of the wall. Through the ringing of your ears, you can hear Anemone screaming for come to help. You stumble to your feet, body vibrating with adrenaline. You can feel blood trickling over your face, and it hurts like someone stabbing you in the chest when you breathe. Oh, that sounds like a broken rib. Or a fracture at least. That's not good. Com runs over and sends bolts of energy coursing from his tongue gloves to the creature, but being mostly comprised of rock, it seems unfazed. It does, however, swing its head to look at him, giving you a chance to flee. Oh wow, an impossible challenge. I don't think we have ever seen one of these. Well, nothing to it. Let's be a hero anyway. Goal 82. Yikes. Yeah, I don't think 50 mushroom logs are going to be able to help us here. random card locked in a slot. Well, at least it is our highest card that gets locked here. So that's something. However, there's not much we can do here. Okay, that's about a quarter done already. And we do have 55 free stress. So maybe when it comes down to it, we're gonna be able to push through. We will see. And of course, now is the time that we don't get any physical cards at all. Let's see, need to get rid of some of them to be able to get some more. Yeah, I'm just gonna buff everything as much as I can. If I use a bobber fruit here, +1 change suit, and this is 7 because red cards get +1. So if I do this, this should stay a 7 but turn blue, which would give another bonus. Let's see. Yep. And we're halfway there. Okay, does it stay blue? I do have an egg to change it back. Let's see. Yeah, it does change blue. Stays blue, okay. I think I'm gonna redraw my hand here. Does it redraw all the cards? Or just a regular sized hand? Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, we're doing it. We are doing it. Haha, look at that. We just did an impossible challenge. Your broken body is leaking like a garden hose, but somehow, you manage to improvise a spear out of a bit of a rebar from the ever-present construction and throw yourself at the gargantuan creature. You and Com duck and weave around the monster, him getting its attention and you jamming your spear into its armored body, looking for weak points. It seems impossible. The thing is all rock. You can feel yourself beginning to lose hold of reality, your vision fuzzing out at the edges. Finally, Com yells. There, as it roars, you launch for his stamp jaw mouth, jam the spear in and up. You can feel its flesh parting as the spear lodges up in its brain cage and sticks, and the spear is ripped out of your hands as the creature howls in pain and rears up on its hind legs. With a mighty crash, it collapses to the ground. Oh wow! That's some pretty nice card we got here. -3 to cards with higher values. Can you even get higher value than a 9 here? Com limps over to you and supports you before you crumple with it. I don't know how we did that, he says awestruck, but it's probably the coolest thing I've ever done in my life. Yeah, me too, buddy. The most stupid, he laughs, but also the coolest. Come on, let's get you to Mad Bay, hero. Yes, please. I think I'm gonna pass out here, if you don't mind. Your parents are arguing quietly at your little table. I'm telling you, it wasn't a fluke, your mom says. They're not just wild animals. They have a plan. The fields, the lights. Okay, your dad replies, taking her hands across the tabletop. We have to tell people what we saw in geoponics. They look up, noticing you in the doorway. Your dad's worried expression quickly changes to a smile. Hey, Rutabaga. I think that's kind of planned. Then he sees that you're limping, still a little loopy from the medbed. Sol, what happened? Are you hurt? Okay, don't change the topic. What happened to the fields? Your mom stands up. Don't worry about that, she snaps. Get to bed, it's late, and we have a lot of work to do tomorrow to clean up. Yeah, something serious is going on here. These attacks seem to be targeted in some manner, shape or form. Okay, this year we managed to bolster the defenses. But the colony lost some food. I don't really know if it ever becomes possible to track these. These stats seem very important. We will see. Got a little bit of friendship all around. And we're starting age 4. Oh wow, look at that. And we, and everyone else it seems, have finally gained teenage bodies. That's gonna be nice, looking everyone over. But we will do that next time. Thank you for watching. If you like this story, then please give the video a like. And as always, I hope to see you in the next one. But until then, take care of yourselves and have a nice day.